What's up, YouTube? It's Sid from Cool Movie Gram, your source for everything about cool films. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for more cool movie related content. Well, it's been quite a week. Just getting more subscribers, and also the fact that I've actually become part of the Asian cinema circle means so much. I mean, those all the other guys that are part of the circle, I would say thank you so much for kind of putting my channel out there and sharing my content, and the fact that my videos are getting more views now and subscribers seems to be going up, which it's kind of like what I've been hoping for throughout this period. Now, of course, I'm still working at the moment, my day job, doing that as we speak, and I just wanted to kind of get a video done because I ain't gonna have time. I'm at the gym after work, so oh god, that's really bright, isn't it? And I hardly get time when I come back. I just want to eat and maybe just chill out for a bit, and that's about it. Now, no, of course, one thing I'm looking forward to is next week we've got the Wu Assassins movie on Netflix called Fistful of Vengeance, which of course stars Iko Uwais. I think Mark Dacascos is also going to be in this as well. You have Lewis Tan, the amazingly talented, gorgeous Juju Chansito, and also we've got newcomers such as Pearl Thussey and Jason Tobin, who's one of my favourite stars from the Cinemax show Warrior, which is based on a Bruce Lee idea. And the fact that he's actually going to be in the show as well. So I'm thinking they've kind of stepped it up, and then the trailer just looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm thinking this is going to be a kick-ass show. I can't wait. Well, movie part of the show, but I can't wait for this. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. And another news. Tom Cruise there's rumors about him moving to Birmingham. Yeah, it was posted in the Birmingham Mail saying that he's actually looking to move to Moseley, which is like probably the kind of the hipster central of Birmingham. I mean, I grew up in Birmingham myself, but I'm like completely opposite side of Moseley. I grew up in Handsworth, but now I'm living like in Witton / Aston, near the Aston Villa ground. It'll be interesting. I know he was in Birmingham last year to shoot some of the next Mission Impossible film, and I did remember that his BMW had actually been stolen in Birmingham. So I'm thinking, wow, you'd still want to move to Birmingham after your car was stolen. But yeah, I'd say fair play to you. Yeah, apparently he's building a house in Moseley. I mean, you can check the actual article. It's on Birmingham Mail. But yeah, definitely see what happens. You never know. This could be a big thing. Maybe more stars probably be moving to Birmingham. Who knows? And yeah, today, well, we're going to be going through some of the releases that 88 Films have actually announced for April through to June. And I'm kind of excited for some of these releases. In April, they have announced Zida, 1983 Italian zombie horror movie by Pup Avati. Never seen this movie again, and I'll be interested to maybe check this out one day. They also have Species 1 to 4 box set starring Natasha Henstridge. I think she was in the first 2, maybe 3, can't remember. But I've only seen the first 2 of those films, which were not too bad. They were fun, like sci-fi horror kind of movies with a twist of like a little bit of erotica kind of involved. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, not everyone's cup of tea. But I'll probably might have to kind of give it a rewatch one day as well. And hey, it's Natasha Henstridge, so hey, that's kind of like a no-brainer there. Right, and then in May, they've announced that they're going to be releasing Hiro, not the Zhang Yimou epic starring Jet Li. It's a remake of Shaw Brothers' Boxer from Shantung, starring Takeshi Kaneshiro, Yoon Bu, and Yoon Wha. And yeah, it's kind of like a story of a rags to riches story of a young man, a great fighter, becomes a powerful, influential gangster and a kind of a working class hero in I think the 30s in Shanghai. Which, yeah, I mean the original itself is great. It's on the Shaw Scope box set, but this remake was actually really good as well. It actually had instead of Chen Kwon-tai and David Chang in the roles, they've got Takeshi Kaneshiro and Yun Bu, which was pretty good. It was actually quite an interesting remake. It was directed by Crowe. It was on Netflix for quite a while. I remember watching this on DVD back in early 2000s and such, and it wasn't really a great transfer from Eastern Heroes, but it was the best that we had at that time. But the fact that it's actually getting a remastered Blu-ray release, and I did see the remastered edition on Netflix when it was on there for a long time, and they had a bunch of Shaw Brothers classics. I'm looking forward to that. And then they've also announced Human Lanterns 1982 Uncut. Now this is kind of like a gory horror kind of suspense movie set in like ancient China with a bit of swordplay kind of involved. I briefly remember watching this film, and I would like to maybe watch this again. And again, Kung Fu Bob provides amazing artwork. I mean, just look at it; it's just absolutely incredible. And then they've also announced Violent City, a 1970 film. It's like an Italian action movie about an assassin who's set up and sent to prison, comes out to get revenge on the people who wronged him, starring Charles Bronson and Telly Savalas. And then we have the Russell Crowe drama thriller Romper Stomper, which was about far-right extremism in Australia. I remember I've seen that movie, and I thought, yeah, I do actually like that one. That was actually a good movie, so that's another one that's probably going to be in my collection. And then there's Stone, which is a 1980 kind of like exploitation type of movie. Never seen this and never heard of this film before, and it's quite good that it's actually getting a release from 88 Films and it's getting the treatment, so it might. Surprisingly, it might be something worth checking out. I mean, the cover looks interesting, so I might give it a go, and the plot seems quite intriguing too. And then we have Half a Loaf of Kung Fu, some more Jackie Chan goodness from 88 Films. I mean, they never fail to deliver or to amaze with their amazing treatment of Jackie Chan movies. And this is, of course, one of his first Kung Fu comedy movies, which was shelved by Lo Wei, who was the producer of the film, and he didn't like it. And only after the success of like Snake and Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master that he had actually decided to release Half a Loaf of Kung Fu, because he realized that, yeah, people do actually like Kung Fu comedies at that time, so it became pretty good. And then we have the June releases. These ones, they have some really interesting ones. They have Martial Club, which is the 1981 Lau Kar Leung Shaw Brothers classic, starring Gordon Liu and Kara Hui and Johnny Wang Lung Wei. Great Wong Fei Hung kind of kung fu comedy with some great lion dancing and some really interesting fight sequences too. And this is it was on Amazon Prime for a while, and I think I watched it about at least 5 or 6 times when it was there. The fact that it was remastered in its original language, and it was just great to see this movie because I remember watching it on video, The Instructors of Death, and it just, yeah, that's the quality that you remember it in. But when you watch it in remastered quality, you think, wow, this movie is absolutely, it is definitely, I would say, one of like Gordon Liu and Lau Kar Leung's greatest films made during the Shaw Brothers, and one of the last ones that they did. This and 8 Diagram Pole Fighter during the whole towards the end of the kung fu traditional kung fu movie kind of era, especially for Shaw Brothers. And knowing that it's an 88 Films release, I know it's going to be fun. It's going to be well presented, and it's going to get the treatment it deserves. And then we have a Nazi exploitation sci-fi film called Zone Troopers from 1985. Again, this is one I've never seen. I've never heard of this before. And again, it's an unearthed kind of like classic, I would say. That's kind of getting the 88 film treatment. And another one, which is Mardi Gras Massacre. It's like a slasher exploitation movie about a killer on the loose during Mardi Gras in New Orleans. And even from the cover, you could tell it's one of those like exploitation type of movies. It's a slasher, and yeah, probably might be a lot of fun. And then we have Killer Meteors, which is starring Jimmy Wang Yu and Jackie Chan. This is probably the last time, one of the last times that Jackie Chan had actually appeared as a villain. Like the only time he featured as the main villain in a movie. And the only time I've ever seen it is on VHS or a DVD which was ripped off of VHS, which was absolutely like really piss poor quality and washed out colours and English dub and full screen, and it just didn't really, it didn't really leave much of an impression. But since it's a Jackie Chan movie made during the low weight era, I'm thinking I might have to give it a go again, see if my opinion changes on this film after watching watching it on the 88 Films DVD, and hopefully, I'm hoping we also get an awesome cover from Kung Fu Bob. Seventh Curse is another one, which is starring Chin Siu Ho from Mr. Vampire, and also one of the recurring Shaw Brothers stars in the Venom movies, and Chow Yun Fat and Maggie Cheung. I mean, just those names itself. It's kind of like a adventure, horror, action, kind of exploitation, kind of really batshit crazy, insane film. I've always wanted to get hold of it, but for some reason at one point it was really, really hard to get hold of. But then I've been reading up on the forums and Facebook and whatnot. People are saying that they're hoping it's uncut, because the video and the VHS release and also the VCD release of this film, they were both censored. They had some kind of like really gruesome scenes, and some clips at the end were cut out. And it would be interesting to see. This was like a modest hit when it came out, a very moderate success. It wasn't really as big, considering this was released in 1986, the year that Chow Yun Fat had actually become like a movie superstar after the release of A Better Tomorrow, which was in the same year. And yeah, the fact that this is getting an 88 Films release, I'm thinking that's quite interesting. I always wanted to see this film, so I'm actually looking forward to this. And then finally, we have Drive in 4K. Now, not the Nicholas Winding Refn movie starring Ryan Gosling. This is the 1997 film directed by Steve Wang, starring Mark Dacascos, Kadeem Hardison, and Brittany Murphy, which is like a kind of an action comedy filled with amazing action, great martial arts, and it is pretty funny. It's an enjoyable movie. And the fact that it was kind of like one of those really small budget movies, but it still had that kind of sheen, the quality of the film was so great. And the fact that I know it had got a not so long ago, they got a release in America from MVD Films, or MDV. Well, sorry, I'm feeling a bit dyslexic at the moment. Which was apparently a very good transfer, a very good package, but it's getting the 88 Films treatment. It's the first time that 88 Films are actually going out for a 4K release. I think that's absolutely incredible. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I wonder if that's going to include an actual... Are they going to have a separate Blu-ray only release, or if it's just going to be only on 4K? It'd be interesting to know whether that's going to happen or not. And yeah, they've got other movies that have been announced. People are kind of speculating on, which are On the Run, Yuen Biao movies like On the Run and The Iceman Cometh. I know Above the Law, aka Righting Wrongs, with Yuen Biao and Cynthia Rothrock, another Korean classic, is going to be getting the treatment. It's coming out, and apparently they've got like 3 cuts of the film being released, and they've only just released like a couple of Shaw Brothers titles, such as Legendary Weapons of China and Flag of Iron. looking forward to that, and I'm still looking to get those other 88 films released. I know Shaolin Mantis is coming out, and then you got Arrow with the Short Scope Volume 2. I haven't got the first volume yet. I mean, it's pretty pricey. I might have to kind of like maybe do get them through the Terracotta distribution site. Again, a great site, really great service, and they always have a lot of great titles too. So I'm looking forward to this. I mean, which titles out of all of these, which ones are the ones that you're looking forward to the most? I mean, 88 Films always put out great content. They put out great movies with the great treatment, and it's just nice to see that they're kind of like they're keeping it going. And physical media is kind of like it's having this kind of resurgence where we're getting these great titles that are getting brilliant kind of like treatment. So it's not just about streaming anymore. I mean, you know, streaming is not taking over as the way that they're trying to kind of like make out. And you see all this doom and gloom stuff, as I've said before, but it doesn't apply. The fact is, you got great companies, 88 Films, Eureka, Arrow, and a host of others, great boutique labels are putting out classic movies, giving them the treatment that they deserve. And certainly, I will be. I'll need to kind of like maybe up my game up, maybe save a bit of money here and there, and then put my money towards some of these titles. Okay, let me know in the comments which ones are you most excited for, and again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I mean, it's getting pretty big on there as well, but yeah, your support means the most. Thank you so much to all those who have just subscribed to me as well. Okay, and I'll see you on the next one.